Hello and welcome, my name is Luke Turner. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Leifheit Linomatic, and sometimes the problems that are caused when the lines won't retract, so the problems that are causing the lines not to retract. So, when it's up in position like this, it looks absolutely fine, it looks like there's nothing wrong whatsoever. So, but the problem is when we put it down, as I will do now, you'll see that the lines don't go back into the arms, which is the main feature of this Linomatic rotary. So I'll take it down. You can tend to hear the lines going back in the arms. It goes back like so. As you can see, around here, there's two sets of lines either side of this pole that aren't going back into the arm. So there's these lines here and these lines here. Now, when they're like that, that identifies this as being the problem arm. So the arm that's in between the two lines that won't retract is the faulty arm. So we put it back up and we have a look at that arm. So what I do, put it back up, and as you know, as you pull it, it starts to click. Now stop it at the first click. So at the first click, all the lines are really slack, but it makes it easier to work on it. Luckily, this problem is really simple to solve. As we identified, the problem line is the third one down. So we've got the lines as slack as they'll go, and we know that it's 1, 2, 3. So the problem is somewhere around here. So first of all, I take the end cap off, put that in the back pocket, and then I start to separate these individual green clips. So the first one comes up about as high as I can get it. Second one comes up, and then we know that the problem's around here. Well, it's really simple. All that happens, if you can see, is that all the lines go through the grooves, whereas here we've only got one going through the groove and the other one's actually coming out and over the top. So when the clips are all, it's pinching the line, so that literally just goes back inside of there, like so. It's running nice and freely, and then we close the green lines back up. Close them up, green clip pops on the end like that. We close it, bring it up to the maximum height to see that it's okay, lovely and tight, and we simply put it down. So there you can see, if the lines are caught over top of the notch, and just separate them, pull them apart, take the line out, close it back up, and the line goes back good as new. Nothing wrong with it whatsoever. It's ready to go for the next time you use it. So there we are. That's how to solve one of the problems we have with the Leifheit rotary. As you can see, when it's closed this time, it looks absolutely fine, but when we open it, we'll see that not all the lines are tight. So go ahead and open it. As we normally would, we open it as far as it'll go. As you can see here, these lines are really slack, and these ones here aren't quite as tight as all the others. The others are nice and tight, whereas these aren't quite right. So that means that the problem arm is the one in between the two faulty sets of lines. So we know we've got a problem with this line, with this arm here, sorry. So what I like to do when that's the case, drop it back down to the lowest point it'll click on the ratchet. So when all the lines are as slack as we can get them, so I drop it down, and that one there is as low as it'll go, but still clicking into place. So we know this is the faulty arm. We need to figure out exactly where it is. We think it's somewhere around here where the problem was, because that was the worst lines. But what we do, we start by taking the end cap off. That goes in the one back pocket, and then just in here, when it's up pretty tight, you'll be able to feel a weight. That'll pop out, and that goes in the other back pocket. And what we do is we start to separate some of these green plastic clips. So the first one comes up, the second one comes up. They're running nice and smooth as they go up, and all these here seem really smooth, but this one here, first of all, it's wrapped around, so that's the first problem. It just feels a little bit tight. So if we pop it out, and as we'll see, is the lines are actually the wrong way round. So they were wrapped around something like that, if you can see, whereas they're supposed to go back through the clip like this. So we've corrected that, we've got them out, we've got them nice and straight, and then that clip just literally pops back in. So the way it goes in, if you can see, is it goes in, so it runs like that. So it's in the channel of the arm like this. So the solid bits at the bottom, like that, and the strings go back through it. So it goes back in there like so. Make sure the strings are through the middle of it and into it like that. And then what we do, we close it up. The weight is in the one back pocket. That goes back in, and it always goes back in with 4 little wheels. They go on the bottom. So that goes back in wheels first, closes up like so. The end cap goes on like so. Tighten it, it's nice and tight. Slacken it off. It's closed, it closed really easily. We know there's nothing wrong with it. It's working a treat. So there we are, a second problem should you ever come across it. Thank you very much.